Hey, hello everybody. Sorry. I was in the scoreboard. But yeah, let me kick off the huddle up. Hello everybody. Welcome to the YouTube huddle up. Happy Wednesday, April 24th. I'll get my words out. It'll start working in a bit. Um yeah, so I'm excited because I was posting all the stuff trying to get ahead. Let's see, Pete, you had goal. I put that one there. Awesome. Um, could you believe we are getting down to the end of this? Well, it's not the end, but it's just the first milestone, which is going to be next Wednesday, May 1st. That's when we're going to do our 12-week reflection. And I can't believe it's been 12 weeks since the YouTube huddle. Today is 11 weeks. Kyle's win. Where are you, Kyle? I don't know why there's two of you here, but that's okay. Hold on 1 second. Where's my? I always forget what the merge looks like. There it is. Boom. So if you haven't already, drop your wins, drop your goals, and let's check out what you guys have been working on and what will you be working on in the coming week. I'm excited because I had a beast of a video that I put out, and it was just super fun to work on it and put it out there because it took me friggin' forever. My goodness. Oops. Boom. All right, Kyle. Bam. Bam. I'll get there. I will get there. Bam. Okay, cool. So let's check in. Let's see. Introvert Amateur was checking in before the stream started. Goal, upload one video. Hello, Heather and everyone. Not sure if I'll make it. No worries. You are definitely always welcome to drop your wins and goals. I'll add them to the scoreboard. And then you'll get your sticker. Introvert Amateur uploaded one video. Congrats to you. Pete, goal is to upload one video and one short. And you did upload one video and two shorts this past week. So congrats to you. And actually, let me give you your sticker. So today's sticker is actually going to be a play button because we are quickly approaching our May 1st 12-week one. So I was like, you know what? Let's all give each other a play button because wouldn't that be funny? So let's see, Introvert Amateur and Pete. Where are you at? Boom. Okay, cool. And then Kyle's here. Kyle uploaded one video, and your goal is to upload one video and two shorts this week. So that sounds awesome. Kyle, where are you? Bam. All right, Tom is here, finished and scheduled a mic review video, a beast of a video to edit. I forgot to tell you, it actually made me a little motion sick. I'm excited for that video because I'm in it. It's a really fun video. And yeah, I did the NAB recap on the YouTube huddle up already. My brain is a little bit fried, so I apologize if I'm kind of bouncing all over the place. Shotgun Studio is here with a win, recorded a video, and the goal is to finish editing and get it posted. Awesome. Let me add that to the board. Shotgun Studio, here you are. Yeah, so I mentioned this on the YouTube huddle up last week, but I actually am changing a lot of things. So on the YouTube huddle up, I originally put this channel as the one that I was going to work on, but I'm actually going to change it to my other channel, which here's if you want to keep things simple, don't have two channels. I wish I didn't have to. It's been a headache. Be Your Nerd is here. Happy Wednesday, Heather and all huddle uppers. Coming in with a win, recorded and released 3 videos. That is amazing. Be Your Own Nerd. Boom, 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 boom. Where are you here? There you are. I love the consistency. Be Your Own Nerd. It's just it's great that it's part of this group. We totally feed off of it. Let's see. Ernesto's here. Happy hump day, Heather and Tom. Of course. Be Your Own Nerd's goal is to record 3 videos and learn more editing techniques in Descript. I didn't realize. Actually, maybe you did mention that you use Descript to edit. It's so funny. So I used to use Descript a lot for my client videos, and then I used it for the captions. And then we stopped making videos for a while. And then for the last video that I put out on my vlog channel, I opened up Descript and updated it. And for some reason, the captions were so bad, like the automatic captions. Usually Descript is really good, but that was straight up not even close. Like, it was not good. And I don't really know why. Rusted Casey Moto is here, and the goal is to record and upload a YouTube short. That sounds great. Let's see. Goal, Rusted Casey Moto. There you are. Great. Okay, Ernesto. I didn't get to my goal as I had a 1,500 word essay to complete this weekend, but I'll be done with the semester this week. Congrats to being at the end of the semester, and no worries. We're here when you are ready. Let's see. Tom's goal is to make at least 1 video. Sounds like a plan. Tom, here you are. Tom has been helping me with a lot of my videos, so I feel kind of bad because I've been taking him away from his stuff. Heather, great job on your video. Thank you. Yeah. I'll talk a little bit about it here. And actually, I still have to decide whether I want to move the YouTube huddle up from this channel to the other channel. This is why you should only have one channel, because it's just a headache. Dave Den's in the house. Hey, everyone. Dave is sharing that he recorded a new YouTube video. Awesome. Dave, here you are. Great. And then maybe my goal should be to learn to play hockey. That's funny. Andre, hello, Cien, everybody. Hello, Sen. Hello, Isen. Hello. I'm probably saying that wrong. But okay, cool. I'm caught up. It is good to see everybody. Let me just make sure that I give everyone their stickers. Shotgun Studio. Yes. Tom. Who else did I miss? Let's see. Wins. Dave. Did I give you one, Dave? So next week is going to be our 12-week milestone check-in. Hope you guys can all make it. Introvert, amateur. I think you gave you yours already. Kyle, Pete. Boom. Oh, I did. Kyle, Pete. Yeah. Shaka Studio, Tom. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Yes. Okay. So next week, we are going to be doing our 12-week milestone check-in. I'm going to dig into all of your channels and just do a little check-in, a lot of you guys have been here for multiple weeks. Some of you have been here for, I don't know, since the first 2 weeks, which is crazy. And so I think it's just a fun opportunity, a fun chance to be able to check in on, it's fun to look at the day-to-day goals that we work on, but sometimes we have to remind ourselves to zoom out and remember, wow, we've actually made a decent chunk of progress, right, over time. So I think it's always important to kind of just check in. 12 weeks is the perfect amount of time. So, Andre says, great job on the NA video, Heather, touching on bigger things than just NAB. Yes. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I'm still not sure if I'm going to move the YouTube huddle up. I can't decide whether to keep it here or move it to my other channel. I actually think I might keep it here, but last week I was like, I'm going to move it. I don't know yet. But anyway, for next week, it'll be here. I want to definitely finish. I want to do the 12 weeks like fully here. But the interesting thing about YouTube for me has been that because it's so personal, right? Like for me, I feel like for a lot of people, YouTube is a reflection of ourselves, right? So if you look at my YouTube channel, it has pivoted as I've learned, as I've grown, as I've tried different things. And after coming back from NAB, I've also come up with a new direction for the content that I personally want to put out there and the impact that I want to try to make with what I'm creating. The YouTube Huddle Up is a special place for me. Like, I just love this group, and I like that the YouTube Huddle Up exists. It's something that I want to make the thing that I want to be a part of. So the YouTube Huddle Up will be here. I want to keep that going. But in terms of vlogs, the thing that I want to focus now on is a group of creators that I feel like need a lot of help, need some representation, need support. And if you haven't gotten a chance to check out my video, I'm going to do a shameless plug here. And the only reason why I'm going to share this is because all of your content is awesome, right? But for this video specifically, I do think that if you're here, right? Like if you're doing the YouTube Huddle Up, then you're probably someone who is really investing in their channel. You want it to grow. You want to have a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? And so this video that I put out on my vlog channel, this one right here, shout out to Tom for making my fire thumbnail there. It kind of talks about the whole creator economy, like in 2024, you know, what it means to be a content creator, especially a full-time content creator, and what it looks like to turn this into a business, whether that's, you know, whether your YouTube channel is making a little bit of money, or for me and Tom, it's our full-time job. Like this is our business, right? This is our livelihood. So if you are interested in that, definitely go check it out. But yeah, so it's interesting because that's where I'm going to be pivoting a lot of the content that I make from here on out. And I'm very excited about it. And it kind of, I think that you guys all here, since you all have YouTube channels, could resonate with that. Because remember what it was like when we all were like, we're going to do this. We're going to make a YouTube channel, and we're going to, you know, you have a vision of what you're trying to build, and you get excited to give yourself a chance to try. I kind of feel all of that again, even though I have been doing this and it's just a new direction. So I'm really excited about it. Yeah, and I was excited to share it with all of you. Okay, Be Your Own Nerd is saying, does the YouTube algorithm still penalize a creator for having live broadcast streams on their channel? I heard they used to do this years ago, but I'm not sure if they still do it. Honestly, I'm going to say no, but I don't know. What I do know is that here's what I think. I think that YouTube's discoverability is going through and will continue to go through a lot of changes in 2024. And I think what it is going to prioritize is viewers finding the content and the creators that they truly resonate with, regardless of the channel size and regardless of the type of content, in terms of live streams, shorts, pre-recorded videos, you know, long form, short form. I don't think it's the type of content that really matters. It's more of like, do you jive with this creator as a viewer, regardless of what they create? That is very hard to explain, like how you do that, right? So I think it's a very complicated algorithm, and especially since AI is getting real smart, like I think their algorithm is very complex, and it's getting even more complex. But I do think that's it's a net win for creators, especially small creators. So in terms of should you make a certain type of content because you will get some kind of advantage in the algorithm, I don't think that's the question. I think the question is, how can you differentiate yourself through your content? Like, I feel like that's the question we should all be asking ourselves, right? Because it's different for everybody. And that's why it's so hard, because you are really the only one who can come up with that answer. You can bounce ideas off with someone, you can see what other people are doing, but I feel like you're kind of the only one who knows how to share your story, right? But of course, in terms of strategy, like, it goes back to the basics, right? Like, someone needs to be able to go to your channel and be able to say, what is your YouTube channel about? Who's your YouTube channel for? And why should they subscribe? Like, you know, it should be something that can at least go 2 degrees out, right? So you're the creator of the YouTube channel, right? And if someone watches your channel or what goes to your channel, they should be able to explain what your channel is about in the same language that you do, right? Because if it matches, then you're doing a good job. So if your channel, is about tutorials about like watercolor painting, right? A total stranger who has no idea who you are should be able to go to your channel and describe it that way, just by looking at your channel, just by looking, kind of taking a glance at your content, maybe watching the most recent video, or, whatever's there, looking at your playlist. But it should also go 1 more degree. So if that person wants to tell their friend or their coworker or whatever, someone they think would find your channel interesting, they need to be able to describe it to that person, and that person needs to have an idea that matches what your channel actually is, right? So if you think about it like that, that's the part that I feel like we have a lot of control over, is like, how do you build a brand that is consistent, cohesive, clear, something that someone can easily describe and then share it with another person. The things that I feel like are less in our control is like, the type of content that the algorithm prefers. I almost don't, I almost think that that's not even a focus. Because even the YouTube Huddle Up, for example, like, I think someone would probably say that this is not worth it, right? Like, it's not worth the time. I could use this time to make tutorials, for example, which are probably going to probably perform really well, stay on my channel for years, get a lot of views through search and all of that. But like, I like doing the YouTube Huddle Up, and I think if you're still here, then you can see why I do it, even though it doesn't contribute to like these crazy numbers. Does that make sense? Sorry, my brain is kind of mush. Okay, Dave is here. Record a new YouTube video. Great. Awesome. Dave. Where'd you go, Dave? Here you are. All right. Oi. There we go. All right, Andre, recorded and edited my 10th anniversary video, but publishing on Friday to see if it makes a difference in pickup time. Oh, that's really interesting. So it was so funny because in my last video, in my NAB video, first of all, I didn't want to put it out. I was very anxious about it. And then I was like, oh, what time should I put it out and whatever. And to me, I actually don't think it really makes a difference, because most of the people that are watching it are actually not existing subscribers. So it, like, in that way, the publishing time doesn't matter, because it just shows up in their browse or recommendations, like, after the fact, but I'm curious what you think. Like, do your test and share with us what you think. I can't wait for the 12-week check-in to say I've done nothing yet again. Don't worry, it's all good. It will just be fun. Looking forward to the 12-week check-in celebration next week. Andre, goal, record and edit 2 videos, but publish only one to be 1 video ahead in terms of scheduling and breathing room. This is Tom's like signature thing to help him run his channel, is to have the breathing room. And he's a couple weeks ahead. So if you want a little behind the scenes tip from Tom, that's what it is. Is this one? Yes. Sweet. All right, Heather, when you first started on YouTube, what were your posting frequency goals? Once a week, twice a week, etc. So when I first started YouTube, I was actually daily vlogging, which obviously, we've all learned, is not sustainable. I learned, and I was in and out for that for a long time. I did weekly for a long time. In 2019, I did twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, on this channel. All the tutorials that are still being watched today, I made in 2019. For 6 months, I put out videos twice a week for 6 months. And those are the videos that are carrying this channel. To this day, I still get a certain amount of views per day and a certain amount of new subscribers every day because of those tutorials from 2019, and a decent amount of AdSense, which I find funny. But yeah, I want to say that publishing frequency doesn't matter as much, but for Tom, it's been great. So yeah. 10th video anniversary. 10 videos down, 1,000 or so to go. 10th video anniversary is just as cool. Kyle, is there any research on whether scheduled uploads are better than just upload dumping? I have 5 videos ready to go, but I'm afraid to upload all at once and instead just uploading once a week. That is a good question. I would do, if I were you and you had 5 videos ready, I would do what Tom does, because I've seen it work very successfully for Tom, which is having a consistent upload schedule is just kind of a win-win for everyone. It's a win-win for you because at least you're being consistent on your channel. When someone new looks at your channel, they can see that you are an active channel who has posted consistently, right? Then you kind of set an expectation for your existing viewers that you are going to put out content every Thursday or whatever it is. If you dump it all at once, it's, the thing is every subscriber you get from here on out has no idea what you're about to do, right? To them, they're just going to see all your videos there. It doesn't really matter. They're only going to see from the moment they just subscribe and then forward, right? So that's why I think you should do what's best for you as a creator, and having kind of a bank of videos ready to that are scheduled out gets it so that you can kind of forget about the uploading process and then just focus on making the best videos that you can, and then just use those, every time you finish a video, just add it to the queue. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Let's see. BR Nerd is saying, I went from 92 to 150 subs really fast. I didn't have time to celebrate my 100 subscribers either because it went in by a flash. I can relate to you on this. Oh God, this video was going to be a 100 subscriber celebration as well, but suddenly they popped to 164. I see. My guess is that if they are primarily aimed at being long-term searchable content, it doesn't matter much, but staying on a schedule of once a week might not overload your subs. This. Couldn't have said it better. 13 watching, only 9 likes on the stream. The YouTube Huddle Up is so worth it to me. If it wasn't for this group, I would not be posting as much and trying as hard as I am. Everyone here inspires me to be a better creator. I love this. This is great. I'm so happy to hear that. Dave says, yes, I agree. Sometimes we need to do videos we love, not only trying to satisfy the YouTube algorithm. And honestly, this is, obviously this is an opinion. But I really do think that, okay, if you ask me what my advice is, right, might be one piece of advice that I would say, that I would share with creators who are looking to build their channel, I would say like F the algorithm. Like don't think about it. Just make the best content that you can, have as much fun with it as you can. And like try to be a better, I don't want to say storyteller because sometimes, what does that mean? But like try to be the best YouTube creator that you can for you, because it's different for everybody. Rather than worry about the algorithm, because I don't, no one knows what the algorithm, I feel like instead of chasing the algorithm is going to chase creators. That's what I think. I feel like they're trying to get the algorithm to match our viewing habits and where the genuine connection is happening. It wouldn't make sense for it to go the other way around, right? Like I think they learned that chasing the algorithm actually makes for crappy content all around. So, yeah, I almost feel like the pendulum is like swinging in the other way, where it's better for creators to just be creative, like show your individuality, try to be as you can in your content. And I feel like that's the way to win. But that's just my opinion. Let's see. Andre, I've been publishing every Wednesday-ish, as you might know, and they usually take 2 to 3 days to start getting views. Curious to see if it will pick up speed faster on Friday. Got it. That's actually interesting. I'm curious too, so let us know. Dave says, I have a friend who has videos scheduled every day for the next 3 months, and he's still recording videos every day. Oh my gosh, that's insane. That's crazy. But good for them. Ernesto says, my daughter comes home for summer from college. I want to record a video on the process as she goes to ASU campus, and I do ASU online. Oh, that's great. I love that. Tom says, scheduling has been a godsend for me, but I know it doesn't work for everyone. As much as it reduces my stress, it could also cause stress for someone else. Definitely got to find what's best for you. Yes. Osku, hi, I'm new here. How are you? Great. How are you? Reapel Room, F the algorithm needs to be a t-shirt. Thank you all for the feedback. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. Okay, cool. Wow, we're all caught up. Great. Okay, let me just peek in the scoreboard. I think I got everyone's, Andre. I think I missed you. Boom. All right, cool. So here's all our stickers. My goodness, it's so cool to see. I love it. But yeah, so next week we will do our 12-week check-in. Where did we go? Here we are. Yeah, and then we'll go from there. But I'm really excited about everything. And like I said, I am going to peek into I try to go into all of your channels regularly. But for next week, I definitely want to do it. So yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, and then you know what? The other thing I wanted to share is if you do get a chance to watch this video, what I would actually do is like peek into the comments and see what the discussion is on this, because I think if you want to do YouTube, like especially like if you're, it matters if you're really trying to grow your channel and you want it to be, you're prioritizing it, right? I think it's important to be aware of what it's like to be doing this. Because there's a lot of creators, there's a lot of people who commented that I've like never seen before. So it obviously broke out from my existing subscribers and started hitting people that I have never met, which is great. Yeah, that's been interesting. Let's see. Osku says, Heather's setup looks great. I love the lights. Thank you. I just put these curtains up. These are the PlayStation buttons, if you don't know. But oh shoot, my light's not even on. Boom. Oh my gosh. I didn't have a light. I didn't have a light on, guys. My bad. I have my Stream Deck right here. And there's a light here and there's a light here that is just a Philips Hue that I can control from my Stream Deck. So it's not that big of a deal, but I notice. So there we go. That's what it's supposed to look like when everything is turned on. Andre says, looking at impressions, click-through rate does give a better view if a video has a bad thumbnail, bad title, or if YouTube is just not showing it, I think. So yeah, that percentage, right? Like impressions is the number of times that your thumbnail and title was served to somebody on YouTube. So that could be through the recommended videos in the sidebar. That could be on the YouTube homepage for somebody. That's what impressions is. And then click-through rate is how many, based on those impressions, how many people actually click on the video. So I feel like the best thing that you can do is like obviously come up with a title that is interesting. It's funny because, so here's an example, right? This video is called "The Creator Economy is a Mess." My original title, all the way up until, I don't know, an hour before I published this video, was called "The Worst Talk at NAB." And Tom was like, if someone who doesn't know what NAB is, like if they don't know what NAB is, they're not going to click on the video. So it would have a lower click-through rate versus "The Creator Economy is a Mess." It's the same, like it's still relevant to what I talk about, but like it has it doesn't exclude anybody who doesn't know what NAB is. And obviously, like if you're interested in the creator economy, this is going to pique your interest. So when it comes to like titles and thumbnails, that's where I feel like you can come up. Like I knew someone who used to work at YouTube and was actually like worked with the YouTube creators on their team for like 10 years. And he said for whenever he makes YouTube videos, he tries to come up with at least 10 titles for every single video. Because sometimes it's not your first idea that's the best idea. And then if when you try to come up with 10 different titles and 10 different thumbnails, then you can really decide and like pick which one would be the most effective for that video. But yeah. Okay, let me see. I am missing my stickers from last week and today. Oh, I'm so sorry. We are a nerd. Oi, where am I? My bad. And thank you for letting me know. Why do I forget you? How horrible. No. There we go. Okay. Do you see that? Did you see I fixed it? There we go. Sorry. I don't know why. That's so weird. Because you're like the most active in the chat. Oops, I ended my stream. Let's see. Ernesto, which AI tools are you using, Heather, and which ones are you using? So I use Descript for captions. That's an AI tool. I use Canva, and there's a lot of AI tools within Canva to make my thumbnails. And I use Chat GPT. Probably, I will probably lean on Chat GPT more as the year goes on. But right now I do use it kind of as like reference, or as like a idea bouncing board. And then really other than that, that's kind of it. But I definitely think AI tools, I think they're going to get better and better for us creators, which I think is a good thing. Tech Troublemaker is checking in. An awesome live stream with too many comments to handle as I celebrated 3 years live streaming on Tuesday nights and more morning thoughts. Oh my gosh, congrats. That is awesome. What a freaking accomplishment. Congrats, Roy. Let me add that to the board. That's awesome. Bam. And then goal is to find a guest for Tuesday night show and to keep doing the morning thoughts. Failed at B-roll due to family emergency. No worries. It's so crazy. I think like doing something consistently for that long is like, regardless of what it is a feat in itself. So congrats to you on hitting that milestone. That's absolutely incredible. Okay. Oh, let me not forget your sticker. I'm going to add it right now. Tech troublemaker. There you are. Sweet. Okay. Heather, what desk do you use? That is a good question. I don't even know. I don't know what it's called. Oh, it's this. It's a Husky workbench from Home Depot. This one. This is my desk. Tom and I have like, I don't know, 5 of these in our house. But it's this right here. This is the one I use. Tom also has one that has wheels on it and then actually changes height. Well, I mean, these are like adjustable height, but the one that he just recently got has like a handle where you can adjust the height. But yeah, this is the one I use. And you can see it's just a workbench with like just the wood top. I just have this like really cool mouse pad mat on top. But yeah, I really wanted a wide desk because I just spread everything out rather than a tiny desk. Let's see. So if the impressions are high but click-through rate is bad, then the algorithm isn't the bad guy. The title and thumbnail is. Yes. The answer to that question is yes. Because the impressions, like if your impressions are high, then YouTube is doing its thing, right? But, you know, the thing to consider is like your thumbnail is being served with 50 other things at the same time. So there could be 1,000 reasons why someone doesn't decide to click on your thing. It's not just the title and thumbnail, but that's the thing that you control. The creator economy is a mess was a perfect title for that video. Thank you. Yeah, I was really proud of that one. Hey, introvert and amateur, good to see you. I use the Tom specialty desk. They are the best. Yeah, I think that's the one that I have. Heather, I just ordered the same workbench yesterday from Home Depot with adjustable height handle. I thought I recognized the top, so that's why I asked you. Are the edges sharp on the wood top? They're not sharp. No, not sharp at all. Actually, I can even show you. Let's see. I think it's the best. I love my workbench. So it's like, oh, yeah. And it's really wide. I don't know if you could tell. Oop. So, sorry for the shaky cam. But yeah, I think I think a workbench makes sense rather than a desk for what I do. Let's see. I have the same bench with wheels and changes height with hand crank. I do wish it were bigger. 5 feet isn't enough. Tom used to have 3 in his office. Yeah. I love the wheeled one. It's new, but gives a lot of flexibility. If the algorithm shows the title and thumbnail to the wrong crowd. Exactly. That. In the Pews is here. We hit our goal. Next week's goal is to proof and schedule our next round of content. Awesome. Congrats. And I got your message in the Pews, and I really appreciated it. Sorry I haven't had a chance to reply on Instagram. Let's see. When in the Pews. Boom, 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 boom. Sweet. Okay, we are all caught up. So, yeah, let's see. Sorry if this is a stupid question, but could someone explain what this group is? Yeah, I'm happy to explain. So, this is the YouTube Huddle Up. It is a weekly live stream. We meet every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's basically a group of YouTube creators that are working on their channel, and we check in every Wednesday for accountability, encouragement, and just like a community of other people that are doing what you're doing, right? So, the foundation for the YouTube Huddle Up is our beautiful scoreboard here. And so every Wednesday, you can let me know what your goal is for the upcoming week. Your goal has to be, your goal has to be a SMART goal. So it has to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So it can't just be like, I want to be the best YouTube channel ever. And it also can't be something like, I want 1,000 new YouTube subscribers. It has to be something that you are in control of. Like, I want to redo my YouTube channel banner, or I want to upload 1 video or 2 shorts or something like that. And then you come back next Wednesday and then you tell me what your win was. What did you work on? Did you meet your goal? Did you end up doing something else? And then if you hit your goal, you get a sticker. And that's it. And then we just hang out for an hour, and we, if there's any questions you have about YouTube, it's basically like, this is a good group to get feedback, to just bounce ideas off of other YouTube creators, and it's totally free. It's just a fun thing to be a part of. The piece of cardboard in your next video. Awesome. I'll have to watch it. Heather has her Huddle Up sales pitch down. Nice job. Thank you. The YouTube Huddle Up is just like such a fun thing. I freaking love it. But this is one of those things. I mean, I kind of said this earlier, but this is one of those things that it's like, it's not algorithm friendly, probably, right? Like, how much is it, how many subscribers have I gained from the YouTube Huddle Up? Probably, I'm willing to bet not that many. Probably none. I think the people who find the YouTube Huddle Up are probably existing subscribers. Like, you found my channel through a tutorial, or maybe you've come from the couples table or whatever. But the people that are here, right? Like, we have a lot of fun doing this, and that's the kind of stuff that I feel like is worth more brainstorming and figuring out for your channel. Like, I'm not saying like, you have to do a weekly live stream. Like for Tech Troublemaker, been doing that for 3 years. That's incredible. For some people, like, live streaming makes sense, but maybe for you, it's something else. Like, what's the signature thing for you that makes your channel different, not just from all the other channels on YouTube, but especially in your niche, right? So like, if you're a cooking channel, like, how do you differentiate yourself from all the other cooking channels out there? And you can think of it as like stylistically, production, but then also just you, right? Like, you're obviously your own unique individual. And so like, how can you come through more in the content that you create so you can stand out, right? That's what I think. The Huddle Up is a safe space. Yes, I try. So you can ask questions. It's just like, what I found for YouTube is it's just like so hard because you're doing it by yourself, right? And before I met Tom, I had nobody to ask. And so, that's why I think like just having a community of other YouTube creators is really helpful. I just think it's really helpful. Yeah. Like I said, May 1st, next YouTube Huddle Up is going to be our 12-week check-in. And we will keep going. I might move the Huddle Up. The more I think about it, the more I don't think I'm going to move it. I think I'm going to keep it here. But I'm definitely in the pardon our mess as I rearrange things like in my business and like with the content that I'm creating. But I definitely want to continue the YouTube Huddle Up. So yeah, we'll definitely be here next Wednesday. And yeah, it's just such a fun thing to be a part of, and I'm glad that you guys like it too. Yeah, and actually, you know what would be really cool is like if you can also reflect on what YouTube has meant to you. Like, why do you do YouTube? Why do you continue to do YouTube? None of you guys have to be here. None of you guys have to make videos. Like, you could just sit on the couch and not. It'd be so much easier, right? But all of us are called for some reason to make something, to create something, to share something, right? And I think it's a really special thing that someone is inspired to create something that didn't exist and to share it with the world. I think that's a very special thing. So I'm curious, why do you create on YouTube? Osku says, sounds nice. I'm currently a full-time student. Done a few videos on different channel though. I'd like to do more vids. That sounds great. What are the pros and cons on moving the huddle up? Yeah, so the problem is I have 2 channels. Actually, this is something we talk about, right? Don't have 2 channels. If you're going to have 2 channels, make sure that the audience is like, the only reason to have a separate channel is if the audience is totally different, right? So like I have this is my gaming channel. I think I've talked about it on the YouTube Huddle before, but like not everyone who's doing the YouTube Huddle Up, not everyone who watches the couples table cares about friggin' Final Fantasy 14. And in fact, the people who play Final Fantasy 14 definitely don't care about making their own YouTube channel or the creator economy or anything. They just like video games, right? So in this case, it makes sense to have a separate channel. The problem with my vlog channel, this channel and this channel. So this is Heather Just Create. This is my vlog channel. This is like, I was going to say it's my main channel, but I honestly can't even tell you. So this is my tutorial channel. This is the channel that I'm currently streaming on right now. This is the one that you're watching me on. And if I were to differentiate between the two, I would say that this is where I post vlogs. This is also where the couples table is. And my intention with this one is to share what it's really like in terms of the life and business of a content creator. So you see like the day in the life, you see the behind the scenes. On the couples table, Tom and I try to be really real in sharing our journey as content creators. And then on this channel, this is my tutorial channel. So if you want to learn, like these are purposeful, intentional tutorials. I tell you how to make YouTube thumbnails in Canva. It doesn't even have to be me. Like it doesn't matter that I'm the one teaching. You're just coming in to learn the thing, right? Like if you want to know how to show your phone screen or your laptop in your YouTube video, it doesn't matter that I'm the one teaching you. You just want to know how to do this thing, right? So that's this channel. And so like if you ask me how I differentiated two, it's that if you wanted to know, if you were working on your own YouTube channel, you would go to my tutorials. If you wanted to follow my journey in starting a business, then you'd go to the vlog channel. The thing is, now on the vlog channel, what I want to do is kind of document this new direction I'm going with about focusing on talking about the creator economy and trying to unite creators. I came up with the term small business creators, but I might actually change that. If you watch my video, you know what I'm talking about. But what I want to do is kind of unite these creators that have managed to turn their YouTube channels into a business and help support them, provide them with resources, advocate for them. And I want to document that on the vlog channel. But you can see how there's a lot of overlap in these audiences because it's kind of the same, which is why I'm having trouble differentiating in my head. At this point, the way that I see it is like it's the same damn audience, but it's I'm almost looking at them as like playlists in my head now. I think if I had it my way, I would just merge the two, but I can't do that. So yeah, the moral of the story is don't start a second channel. It's hard to grow one. It's harder to grow two. So don't start a second one. But if you do want to start a second one, just make sure that the audience is different enough that there's no overlap. There you go. Okay. Let's see. Beer is in the fridge, ready for next Wednesday. Awesome. Just a guy and a girl. Hi, Heather. I'm happy to catch a Huddle Up Live. I'm usually live at the same time. I just want you to know that you've been a huge inspiration. Don't stop what you are doing. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. I'm so glad. Thanks for stopping by. What a wonderful thing. Be your own nerd. Heather, I forgot to ask last week, did you record any jump rope footage at NAB for a future short? I actually did. So what I wanted to do, I came up with this idea of like jumping at different areas at NAB, and I wanted to make like a fun compilation video, and then like it just didn't end up happening. I think we made like 2. So I haven't decided like what to do with it because just the 2 isn't enough. Kind of just looks like, okay, you jumped here and then you jumped here. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to share it like in stories, and then I don't know. We'll see. Persant says, I think there could be a lot of overlap with Final Fantasy XIV players and your tutorials, especially because the players love their characters and create a bunch of art and digital content revolving around them. Yes. Yes, I agree. There's definitely people who create content about their character. Osku, are you or others in this group full-time creators or part-time or just for fun? I think Osku, this group is kind of all of the above. I think, well, I know for me and Tom, we're full-time content creators. I think there's a few of us that are here that are part-time, and then I think there's also a lot of people doing it for fun. So it's kind of all over the place. But all of us are, really excited about the content that we're creating, if that makes sense. So we need a Huddle Up channel. On the surface, the Huddle Up belongs here on this channel, but if you are changing what the vlog channel is, then it sounds like we should move over. Yeah, so like, I'm not sure. The reason why I thought about moving it over is because I decided, like, I've pivoted so many times on this journey, but this tutorial channel I decided was going to become the main channel because I took on the label of being a YouTube coach. I started to really focus on empowering people who wanted to be YouTube creators, right? Which is why I like did all these tutorials. I used to have an online course. I had a webinar and all of those things. And so this was going to become the main channel. And this one was just kind of like the behind the scenes. But now I feel like I'm flipping it again. So if I ever, if I do have tutorials, they would go here. I don't really have any plans to make any right now. So that's why, because talking about the creator economy is still just kind of an idea in my head, it makes sense for me to vlog it, right? Because then you can kind of see this idea evolve through all the videos. And then I wanted to move the YouTube Huddle up there because I wanted people to see. I think this is such a good group to show how much thought and energy and effort gets put into creating a YouTube channel. Like, I wanted people to see that, especially if they're thinking like, it's kind of like why is Heather so obsessed with the creator economy? Like, here's an example, right? Of like why I'm super passionate about this space. But the reason why I put it on the tutorial channel is because I felt like the people who you guys, right? I felt like you would get more out of watching my tutorials than you would my vlogs about my dogs, like, or my husband or, whatever. I mean, now I'm a lot more focused. Before, my vlog was just kind of life. It was just all over the place. Now it's focusing on the creator economy. You see why it's just a mess. Anyway, I think as I'm talking this out, I'm going to leave it here. But you just have to stay tuned and we'll see. Question. Is it possible to post content too often? When we release a new podcast episode, we post either a sort of a clip every day for a week or so. Lately, I'm wondering if it's too much. Honestly, I don't think that there's a right answer. I think it's different for everybody. I also think it's like it depends on your audience. Like, do they know? If there's an expectation there, then no, right? Like if they know that when a new episode comes out, they're probably going to see clips from that episode, then yeah, I don't think it is. You could also post shorts without publishing it to your subscribers, I believe, if you do it from your computer. But yeah, if you create clips from a podcast episode, it makes sense to promote the current episode, right? But also what I would do is to promote previous episodes, right? Because they're still relevant even though they may be 3 months old. And so you can use it as a way of like, oh, if you're interested in this topic, we talked about this on an episode a couple weeks ago or something like that. Yeah. Andre, don't know if you read the comments yet on the NAB video. I mentioned a couple of things. Small business turned out we are mostly micro business, not small business. Yes, I have read every single comment. And thank you, Andre, for your very thoughtful feedback. The reason why I used the word small business is because here in America, I do feel like there's a lot of respect for like the hardworking, self-made, one-person business that started a business from scratch. I know there's a difference between micro and small business, but I feel like, at least in America, where I live, micro business is not a term that's used. It makes sense, right? Like a micro business is a one person business. There's also solopreneur, there's also sole proprietor, but it's not in the language. Like, unless you know that term, you wouldn't use that term. But everybody knows what a small business is, which is why I used that, because what I wanted to do was show that the people who have turned their YouTube channel into a business are just as dedicated as these small business owners, even though probably, I mean, I don't have the data on this, but probably a small business owner that actually has a brick and mortar business that you can drive there and go into probably has employees, right? Like they're probably not one person. They probably, like a store would have like someone working the cash register and someone putting away the clothes, and like there would be multiple people working at that thing. So I understand that they would have like more than just their one person thing. But my point was to establish credibility to, I guess, the masses, right? And in order to do that, you kind of have to use a language that they're familiar with. Otherwise, it would never catch on. So, but I have a feeling I'm going to change that. Small business creator, I really, really, really like it personally, but I don't think it's going to catch because I think that language is different globally, right? Because even for you, you don't see it the way that I see it because, we're not in the same country. And multiple people have told me that, like even from Canada, some people have given me feedback that putting small business in the name, small business creator, makes it focus so much on the money rather than the creator, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to be a good balance of both. So it's still a work in progress. But yeah, let's see. For fun for now, a day or two making stuff each. Heather, go for next week and join us on the scoreboard. Yes. Bye, Pete. Thanks for being here. Hey, Kathy, good to see you. Osku, I think it could be fun to join, though I'm a bit ashamed since I've mostly done content related to furry things. People get bullied all the time for being a furry here where I live. I don't know what furry is. What is furry things? If somebody you follow posts as much as you do you watch everything or turn off notifications because it's too much? Your video gave me Norma Ray vibes. Are you creating a small creators union? So someone asked me that too. I don't want to create a union because I don't know anything about it. I feel like there should be one, but like I want to do what I can. And that leap seems real big for me. So I'm trying to see what I could do tomorrow. Like what can I do tomorrow? And at the very least, like right now, what I'm doing is I put the thought out there and people are giving me feedback. Like I have a bunch of virtual copies to do and just like a lot of people to get more feedback from. And then from there, I'm going to figure out, okay, how can I take all this input and, how can I be most effective? Like what can I do? What's in my power? And then long term, we'll see. I think when it comes to, because this was brought up at that talk too, like this a union for creators. I don't know. I feel like it's inevitable at some point, but I don't know if that's like 5 years from now. The problem is that we are so freaking diversified and all over the place. And like literally all over the world that like I don't know how, like I don't know how anyone would like try to do that, right? Like you would have to, it would probably have to be like niche focused or something like that, or even country, I don't know. I really don't know. I do think it's important though. Osco, I'd like to do more commentary where I just talk about history topics, but I don't want to show my face. Oh, I mean, all of us can give you advice on how to not show your face. Like that's many people on YouTube, VTubers, like you have AI now. One of the things that I actually wanted to do was like create an avatar of myself and have like a happy face, a sad face, a thinking face, and then I wouldn't have to put on makeup and get on camera, right? And then you would just have the avatar in the corner, and then you would just change the avatar image to fit whatever it is that you're talking about on screen. Do you know what I'm talking about? That's what I would do. Let's see. Ernesto, do you recommend starting an LLC, and at what point do you make your channel into an LLC? That is a very good question, and I'm going to tell you, you should probably ask somebody who's qualified to answer. What I would tell you from my personal experience is that I was a sole proprietor for a really long time. And the thing is with an LLC is that you have to pay an $800 fee to have an LLC. So like for me, I couldn't afford that freaking fee for a long time. So I was a sole proprietor for like, I think until basically Tom and I met. And then, when both of us were like, both of our channels were making enough money, we created an LLC together, because it made sense. But yeah, that would be my feedback there, if that makes sense. And then the other thing to add to that is like some people can't actually even pay you unless you are an LLC as a content creator. A lot of brands like need to give it to somebody with an EIN. So if you're a sole proprietor, like you don't have one, right? Like you need to actually be a business entity. So that's something to keep in mind. Andre, I think part of the problem is that micro business is up to 9 employees and around 4 to 500,000. And when a lot of grown-ups talk about small business, they don't even think about the small people. Yeah, see, like my impression is that if you say the word small business here, I think they do think of the one person. I don't know why. That's my impression. And I think because like that's my background, like it's the one person accountant, it's the like chiropractor, it's the person who makes like handcrafted jewelry, because we have a holiday here called Black Friday, right? There's Thanksgiving, there's Black Friday, and then in America there's Small Business Saturday, where it's like everyone is encouraged to shop local. And so that's why I do feel like if you use the word small business here, at least where I'm from, they do think of the like mom pop shop. I don't know how it is everywhere else. A union is a great idea. Yeah, I'm like so not qualified, but I definitely think it's a great idea. Like it should be a thing. It's crazy that we don't have one, right? Because we're essentially creating YouTube. We're essentially creating content on YouTube for free, right? Like, for a lot of us, YouTube isn't even paying us, right? Like, it's funny, but yeah, there's a lot of things to figure out. Andre, a 1 to 3, 4, 5 people small company business should be counted, but support programs for small businesses are directed at 10 to 30 employee companies. The mom pop stores almost aren't acknowledged, and it's changed the last 15 to 20 years. Hardworking smaller shops in Norway as well was considered back in the day. Now they are left out of all types of support and programs and stuff. Wow, that is like so sad to hear. Yeah, I feel like there's especially in our city, there's such a push for. We have shirts that say shop local, and a lot of the businesses in the area have a sticker from our Chamber of Commerce that's like, certified small business, and like there's a lot of shop local stickers around and stuff. So, I think if you think about the government and the resources that they provide, probably a lot of the, like you said, like 100 employee companies probably get a lot of the financial support, which is probably the support that really matters, right? Like somebody who's going to open that type of company could probably get a loan. Someone's going to start a YouTube channel is not going to get a loan, Yeah. Tom says the LLC fee does change based on state. It's $800 in California, but like $29 in Utah. Yeah, I forgot. I see where you're coming from. When normal people talk, yes, small business means one person shops. However, when NAB thinks small business, like the talk, they think bigger. Yes. Yeah. Which is why I think when somebody is going to put on a talk called the State of the Creator Economy, like you need to have the person who's representing the tech companies and people who are coming at it from the bigger numbers, right? Then you need to have somebody who represents the one person creator. Then you need to have somebody who represents, the giant channels. And then you need to have somebody who represents people in between and all that, like that's what I'm trying to do personally is the one, like trying to give voice to the one person creator. Where we go from here, like what it looks like 3 years from now, I don't know. But the first step is to unite, right? Like, first thing is to like get people together. And right now, I don't have anything for anybody to do, like even if I was like, hey, are you in on this? And people would say, yeah, I don't know what we're doing, like I don't have a next step yet. So that is what I'm going to be documenting on my vlog channel, is like, because I think it's exciting. I'm excited that so many people recognize this and want to do something about it. But I just like, nothing sticks out. I have a bunch of, you know, interesting ideas, but nothing is really taking enough shape. So I'm, it's all marinating up in here, and I still have a lot of people that I need to talk to and get feedback from. So we'll see. Exactly. The micros are left out of these forums, so we need to shout louder. Yeah. Yeah, and like the thing with I know I'm a little bit over time, but here's the last thing. The thing with the one person creator, right? Is like we're not big enough for YouTube to notice. And probably the reason is because there's too many of us, right? It's not even because we're not big enough. I think there's just too many of us. And so it's hard for them when they think small creator, they probably go to like the 500,000 subscriber channel, which is like, that's a lot. Like I would consider that a big creator, but there's just so many people who have channels on YouTube. So it's like, really, really hard. And the thing is, YouTube is a business, right? So, I don't know how they would feel if they knew that this was happening. I mean, I think they'd be into it, but at the end of the day, like the difference between the mom and pop shop down the street and us is that they have to pay rent and we don't, right? Like we get to post on YouTube for free. In order for my message to get out to 100 people, all I have to do is post a video. If the mom pop shop down the street wants to get 100 new people to see their shop, they have to put in a lot of money into advertising and marketing, right? So the thing is that like we are building our business on the street that is YouTube, but YouTube has its own agenda, and so it can get really tricky, right? Yeah, so I don't know. There's a lot happening up in here. Let's see. One thing to do is pester NAB and Vid Summit and what not to focus on the micros. Yeah. I don't, like, okay, here's the one idea that I really want to do is make the event for this group. That's what I want to do. Because, like, yeah, everyone could do their thing. Like, everyone can have their own event. But what I want to do is I feel like this specific group of people does not have an event and I want to make it. But that is not a tomorrow thing. That is like a probably, 2-year thing. So I have no idea. Rick says, I wouldn't be surprised if NAB was in the pocket of big broadcasts. They just want to squash small content creators. So see, this I completely disagree with. But that's just me. I don't think that this was intentional. I don't think that this is what I think happened. I think NAB was like, we want to focus on creators because we know it's important. And so we're just going to go to the people who have talked about the creator economy before. So yeah, of course you're going to go to the CEO of the biggest creator event that exists, which is VidCon. Like it makes sense. Especially if you don't know, right? Like, especially if this is your first time trying to include the creator economy, like, of course you're going to go to the thing that's established already, which is VidCon. But the thing that I saw at NAB was so many small creators were having meetings with businesses and brands and companies, like there's future partnerships happening, even though these creators are so much smaller. And so I feel like if anybody knew that is what was happening, I feel like they would recognize that. They just don't know, right? And I actually talked to the person who helped, who works at NAB, who helped to like include the creator economy as part of the program, and she doesn't strike me as someone who like, actually she's the one who personally invited us to go to NAB, me and Tom, so like I can tell you for sure that like she's not someone who's like, oh, the small creators don't care. Yeah. And I think especially as a business, right, the more niche your product is, the more you want to talk to small creators. So yeah, I really don't think it's a squash small content creators at all. I just think it's a this is your first time doing it, so you're going to do what like anybody would have done that. I'm very curious to see what the program is going to be like next year. Let's put it that way. Kyle, do you or Tom offer consulting for new creators, like offering advice in audio setups, lighting setups, etc.? We used to. I think if you check Tom's website, he may have some. He might open up some slots, but like for the most part, we don't anymore because it just takes so much time, and yeah, it just started taking up so much time. And then when I used to do consulting, oh my God, it was like I never left my office. And then on top of live streams, on top of like making my own videos, like I would spend all day in here. So we kind of just like stopped doing it. But yeah, I mean, that's why there's stuff like the YouTube Huddle Up if you want to ask. Do my best to help you here. You pay X% of your ad money to YouTube. Nothing is free. Yeah, doing a micro summit during NAB would be great. That would be so freaking cool. I would lose my mind. Like, I definitely want to send an email and just be like, hey, here's my video if you want some feedback. But like, I feel like NAB is respectable enough that they do take feedback to heart, because it's the one to go to, and to maintain that reputation of being the trade show to go to for this space, like they have to take in the feedback. So I really do think that I think they're going to continue to include the creator economy, and I think the programming is going to look very different next year based on their feedback. That's what I think. I do think that manufacturers know the micros are important. NAB, on the other hand, right now might not be savvy to it yet. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a fun time in the creator economy. Let's put it that way. But it really is. I really do think it's like a super exciting time for us right now, especially if you are a creator. Yeah, it's exciting. So anyway, my brain is mush because I'm like, I haven't stopped thinking about this since we got back from NAB. But yeah, it's just been so fun to think about. And thank you for everyone for your comments and your feedback. But anyway, YouTube Huddle Up. Thanks for checking in, everybody. We will see you next Wednesday for our 12-week check-in. And yeah, stay tuned for during the 12-week check-in, I'm going to check in on your channels. And actually, I'm going to put this out there right now. If you want to jump on stream, I'm going to open up the guest room. So I'm going to put this out there. If you want to hop on stream, like obviously just have your camera ready. Like if you have like a streaming setup, and I'm just going to open the door to everyone who is part of the YouTube Huddle Up, and let's just like hang out and celebrate and talk about our progress. All right. With that said, I will catch you guys next Wednesday. Good luck with everything, and good luck with all the content that you're going to make. See you later. Bye.